Hello and welcome to UK Scrap Addicts. This is Niki Rowland and today I am designing with one of the free cut files that we're giving away for National Scrapbooking Day. I've chosen to work with the Words cut file and I've cut these multiple times on one sheet of white cardstock. I've cut out lots of the Easter break and lots of the bank holiday ones, and here I am using the Pink Fresh Studio Collection Live More, some more Easter layouts. I've just chosen a background there, trimmed my cardstock down, white cardstock down, and I'm just gutting the back section. I don't like the way that the pattern papers show through the white cardstock these days. It didn't used to do that, so maybe some things changed in the way they make the cardstock now. So there's my background. Now I'm going to turn that white background into something a little bit more colourful. I've got some watercolour paints there. These are the pearlescent set from Hobbycrafts, and a paintbrush and some water. I'm going to start off with some very light pink, pale pink, just pick up some colour there, and put a little bit onto my page. You can see it's extremely pale there, and I keep adding more water to spread the splodges around and to dull the colour a bit more as well, make it paler. I'm going for a kind of a pastel look. There's going to be quite a few colours on this page, so I don't want anything too bright because otherwise it will take over the papers. So I'm just going to keep going here. I've put quite a few pink blotches around. Now I'm going to start with the blue and put some of those all around as well. And now moving on to the yellow. A bit of a darker pink. It's almost a red, but because I've mixed it with so much water, it just looks like a dark pink. And finally I'm going for like a yellowy greeny colour, almost a lime green, but it's very very light, but that colour is quite prominent in the Live More collection by Pink Fresh Studios, so it goes really quite well. So that's my whole background there, completely filled up with lots of different watercolours. There's a nice watercolour effect there. I've now just dried it with a heat gun, and now I'm going to lay out my cut files in rows on top of that lovely watercolour background. So I'm just at the moment positioning them in place to make sure they'll all fit. I want this to look like I want this design to look coherent, and therefore it's good to have some of the files, the cut files, cut off the side of the page. So I'm just making sure I do that all the way along and gluing them in place. They're quite small, the cut files that I've cut here, and therefore I can't tape them down with my tape gun, unfortunately, so I've had to resort to wet glue, and I'm just getting those all stuck in place to form my background. Now that my background is complete, I'm just choosing some photos, trimming those down to size and deciding whereabouts they're going to go on the layout. And I'm just going through the Live More ephemera there to add to my layout. I've also cut a piece of the Live More, one of the papers, and put that behind my photos. So I'm basically just starting to build a photo stack here and adding in a frame, because I do love a frame. That one didn't work. And I'm going to get that tag in there. I do like my photos to have lots of layering behind them. And I'm just going through my embellishments. I've got some freckled fawn embellishments, older ones, and just a general pack of stuff really that needs using. So I've just been going through that pouch to see what I can find that might go with this layout. There's a tag there that is a Pink Fresh one actually, but it just didn't, the colour just didn't quite work with the layout, so I didn't go for that in the end. There's another one of those pink paisley discs that I just struggled to get into some of my layouts in the past, so I've cut it in half there and tucked it in either side, which is a nice way to get a little extra bit of colour in there, pop of colour, without those discs being so huge that they're kind of overbearing. Just putting some dimension behind that frame there and the tag. And then I'll pop my photos on top of those. I normally use tape at the bottom of my photos and foam pads at the top of them, just to give them some dimension. And I've got a piece of ephemera there to the right of the photo. So I'm just putting the finishing touches on really, so adding a few more bits and pieces randomly left over from various embellishment packs in the past. I've gone for a title there from the Live More ephemera, it's called Little Delights. And I've just put that in place again with foam pads, and now I'm just, I'm about to, and now I'm just adding it, sticking everything down, adding in the last few bits. I've got some quite old brads there, but they just happen to go really perfectly with the colours in the layout, and they're flowers, so they go quite nicely with the whole Easter theme. So I've put those in. There's a few flowers there, but there's also some just round ones, little ones, that I've managed to get into the layout as well. And I'm finishing off with that really cute little wood veneer shape. I'm sure that's a freckled fawn one from a while back, adding in another little wood shape underneath the photo. I think that's the layout done, other than I just need to handwrite in some journaling, which I'm doing there. So thank you very much for watching. This is Niki Rowland for UK Scrap Addicts on National Scrapbooking Day. Happy scrapping!